Welcome back to our latest deep dive. Today, we're really digging into how generative AI is changing, well, fundamentally changing how we plan travel. We're focusing on a specific research paper today. It's called How Generative AI Travel Assistants Influence Tourist Itinerary Changes, a hidden Markov model approach to decision state transitions. Quite a title, I know. It's by Yukai Huang from National Taiwan Ocean University, Zhenhe Alex Chen from Yuanzhi University, Yenling Cho from Hokkaido University, and Maitsun Chen from National Kaohsiung University of Science and Technology, presented just recently at the SIBR 2025 conference in Osaka.
Right, and it tackles a really core challenge. We often look at AI's impact as sort of static, like here's a recommendation. But this paper dives into the process, the hidden journey people take in their minds, from that first query to actually maybe changing their plans based on what the AI says. That's where this hidden Markov model, the HMM, becomes so important. It helps uncover those hidden decision states.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit, because AI is already everywhere in tourism. We see machine learning optimizing hotel rooms, deep learning suggesting destinations. The paper even brings up that whole AI job replacement theory idea, how AI is great at the mechanical stuff like booking or dynamic pricing, which in turn means the humans, the professionals, need to focus more on empathy, intuition, that kind of thing.
Exactly. But like you said, the real world is messy. Previous research often looked at AI's influence in a fixed way. But making travel plans, that's super dynamic. People flip between different psychological states. And this study uses that hidden Markov model, the HMM. It's just really well suited for figuring out these hidden states from what we can actually see people do.
So they set up the simulation, right? A Kyoto City bus reservation and recommendation system. And they watched how people reacted to, say, congestion warnings or maybe different route options. How did they define these hidden states? What were they actually looking for?
Yeah, that's key. They defined three main hidden states. First, S1. They called it information seeker.
Yeah.
This is when tourists are basically just, actively gathering data, clicking on a congestion map, looking at details, that sort of thing.
Okay, information seeker. What else?
Then there's S2, undecided. This state is marked more by hesitation, maybe some internal conflict. An observable sign might just be inactivity, like pausing for 30 seconds or more.
The thinking phase.
Kinda, yeah. And finally, S3, committed adjuster. This means they've made a firm decision either accepting or rejecting what the AI suggested. So clicking confirm on a new AI itinerary, for example.
Right. Now, this is where I thought it got really interesting. The HMM analysis. It didn't just show people moving neatly from S1 to S2 to S3, did it?
Not at all. That's the fascinating part. The pathways were really dynamic, definitely nonlinear. Yes, some people went S1, S2, S3, predictable enough. But they also saw people go from undecided S2 back to information seeker S1 before they actually committed to anything.
Going back for more info, even when they seemed stuck?
Exactly. In fact, in something like 42% of the simulations, getting a new AI alert like that congestion warning actually pushed people back into that search mode, S1. It really highlights how iterative travel planning is.
Wow, nearly half.
Yeah. And get this, while 72% started out as information seekers and almost half, 48%, entered that undecided state at some point, only about 36% actually reached the final committed adjuster state.
So the AI is good at getting our attention, making us look around, but getting us to actually commit?
Yeah.
That's harder.
It suggests that, prompting exploration is one thing. Securing that final decision, that commitment, seems to be a bigger hurdle for the AI.
So thinking practically then, what does all this zigzagging mean for building better AI travel tools?
Well, it provides some really crucial insights for making AI more adaptive. If the system can infer, using this HMM approach, that you're likely in an undecided state, it could maybe offer something specific to nudge you, like showing reviews social proof or maybe a small incentive.
Targeted help based on your likely mental state.
Precisely. And if it thinks you're a committed adjuster, someone who's made up their mind, then it can focus on reinforcing that choice, make the booking seamless, offer loyalty points. It's about shifting AI from just spitting out static recommendations to providing real-time, context-aware support that actually fits where the user is mentally, making the AI truly behavior-aware, not just smart.
That really brings it home. Understanding this complex, dynamic, back-and-forth nature of how we make decisions, that seems absolutely key for building AI assistants that are genuinely helpful and, well, persuasive.
Exactly right. It's about looking past just the clicks and scrolls to try and understand the cognitive state underneath. That's how you create AI that feels intuitive.
So a final thought for everyone listening. Next time you find yourself using an AI planning tool, maybe for a trip, maybe just scheduling your week, pause for a second. What hidden state do you think you might be in? And how could that AI be subtly shaping your next step?